Okay, we are into episode 30 of the 248k run on a Ribbon World. I'm standing around at the last of these copper miners. That these guys are very... In fact, one of these has got a lot more to do than the others, but whatever, it's fine. Finishing some techs. Yeah, ran around and did a bunch of stuff between episodes. A bunch more train stations have combinators, and I don't think I did any more fuel plants. Realized pretty quickly that me trying to figure out how to get the purifiers in here was kind of silly, because these guys are already the pure iron and I just need to go into furnaces. Well, yeah, which makes all of that setup a bit easier. And bots are waiting to build these belts after everything else is plugged in. This one actually didn't get the right recipe, so that's going to be, yeah, that should be a couple of belts worth of stuff. Fine. Yeah, so we need to... I wonder if I can rebalance these so they're a bit... Yeah, there's only a couple of squares they're working from now. Like this one nearly done. Yeah, well, we're gonna do this again to see if we can line this up a bit better. Like if we put it here, yeah, that looks like it's gonna go pretty fast, doesn't it? Because the idea is, if we can get this stuff out of the way, then I don't need any of this smelting anymore, which means that I've actually got a place to put the nuclear power plant, so that's going to be pretty exciting. And we've got to wait for these guys to run down those, so there's other stuff to do in between. I think I still have trains? Sure. Where's this? The second use of fuel source? Sure, whatever. Because we wanted to go over to this ceramics node that we built, because turns out that a lot of the base is kind of unhappy for the amount of red circuits I've got. I haven't even fully moduled these things, that's also going to be important. Because I don't have a lot of ceramics. Because I don't think haven't extended ceramics since we actually put purple science down, which has massively increased the red chips production rate. And then a bunch of other things are waiting on red chips. In fact, this is actually a super good point. Yeah, so that's why we're building the ceramics node over here. It doesn't run yet. But the thing I've also just wondered is, like, how much purple science do I have sitting around? 1.1 thousand there, and then in purple science itself, I've got a couple of thousand. Maybe. I was contemplating just cutting purple science for a while until we get these other ceramics online. Because, like, what else is there that we want? Rapidly running into a situation where I need to get the yellow science online. I mean, yeah, personal roboport, module 2 and 3, because, you know, spider reasons. Nuclear crafting ended up important, didn't it? I think it might have been one of the fancy, like, higher tier beacon things. Which I cannot find at the moment. Advanced materials, highly advanced purification. Yeah, beacons. I think this. Yeah, the K2 core, which we're gonna need, because this is where we make this beacon upgrade material, whatever. Needs nuclear assembly machines. So let's add that to the queue. And it also doesn't take purple science, which is nice because it means I'm gonna be happy about soon cutting purple science. I guess lab speed is going to be a thing that's going to be useful if we're thinking about going into prod modding and beaconing labs, and then let's also get some, like... So the only thing I've actually got is... Okay, a couple of these things. So I don't have enough purple science for that yet, so I guess purple science has to keep running. Oh, well. Yeah. Because these guys currently don't have a steam plan, and the steam plan is probably going to be... can we put... Yeah, probably tanks up here, like tanks like this. So we're going to tank steam in, is going to be the plan. Can I fit it? I can fit a train station there, can't I? Nickel train station limit 1. But we also don't have... That's not how it's... Yeah, we also don't have a way of putting steam on the trains at the moment. And we're not going to actually do that until we get the nuclear stuff running. But I kind of want to think about how this will all line up. Because I kind of don't like I feel fine. I find these bits across here kind of ugly. And I'm wondering if there's a better way that, in fact, can we just get all of... Let's get... Yeah, because this was already kind of going somewhat vertically. I wonder if I can do that better in this case. The thing is, I think I want... That won't bridge. Okay, so this will bridge here, right? Except also what I want is I kind of want beacons in here. That spot there is actually a good spot for a beacon, isn't it? So if we do that, then we can do... Yeah, this is looking better, isn't it? Beacon here, hitting 4 things, which is nice. I actually haven't been tracking how many beacons I have active. So this is going to speed all of these guys up, which is going to do terrible things to my power grid, but it's fine because by the time we have this steam and this thing is running, we'll be on nuclear power, so that'll be fine. Then we want to take, I guess, all of these things. I can't do the whole row at once because like the belts change and things like that, but we can grab copies of these things. Oh, that missed this one, which is kind of important. Okay. Okay, so this is going to... I guess the other thing is checking, like wondering whether if I turn one of these into speed modules, does that let me upgrade these guys to tier 3 assemblers? Maybe. So then, how am I getting... I think for this one I'm happy with... Actually, also, how much steam do these guys use? 45 steam per second, and I have 24 of these assemblers, so each pair of assemblers roughly 100 steam a second. Also, they're sped up now, aren't they? But also building speed. Yeah, I think I'm still going to go... like, pump here, and we'll get the stuff in from both directions. And I think this is going to be... I think I'm going to be okay with that. I think this is going to be... But then also, how do we get this stuff? Yeah, that's going to be fine, isn't it? And I guess this goes in here, and then, yeah, we've managed to dodge around this oil pipe. The oil is also still not... This oil is still just being pumped in. It's not actually on a train network yet. It's just kind of weaving in between our train networks. So that's going to be cool. I think that means that when these guys... Oh, is this guy... Yeah, let's do a combinator thing, because that's how this is going to work, of course. Put it through the pole and do steam less than 50,000. Let's do 40,000. Yeah, 40,000. That means the first train load will give all these tanks 100,000 fuel or 100,000 steam, and the system as a whole will want 120, so to get a second load, and all of this should be fine. I mean, other than the fact that it doesn't have... Oh, I've got trains. Yeah, we'll just give these guys some trains. Yeah, sure. And then I've got not really very much fuel. That's going to be interesting. Anyway, yeah, so that's actually only half this plan, isn't it? We also still need to get things onto a station. So let's grab, I guess, something like this. This is going to be the, yeah, station with a combinator. Actually, I missed the station. I kind of need to get the station for that plant to work because all of this is wired in. That much. Yeah, there we go. There we go, he said, failing to line things up. That is now in the right place? Yeah, sure. I don't know if bots have... It's actually going to get kind of cramped, isn't it? Yeah, because these things want to be summing over ceramics. And then this station, that way around, is not have iron. This is also going to be have ceramics. And this is going to be... Actually, I don't even remember what the ceramics limit is set at. Yeah, we'll just copy this guy. Let's copy and paste is how this works. These chests are also not limited. So let's just check that we unlimited all those chests. Yeah. Did that configuration take? No, it didn't. I got to do these one at a time. And now this configuration is taken. Okay, fine. So we can get a lot of stuff in eventually, but also... Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get... Maybe I turned this... That's still going to be a mess, isn't it? I think so. I think maybe I don't bother. I think maybe we put like this one... Yeah, we put these guys here. So we do this thing we've done elsewhere as well, and that we presume that these splitters will evenly divide these stuff between these belts. Actually, am I getting... I think did these need to be upgraded to red belts before I even get enough stuff out? Whatever, it's going to be fine. But then this outside belt wants to hit this splitter here. So... Yeah. We're going to assume that this outside belt and this outside belt are balanced enough-ish that... Oh, this one's in a terrible place, isn't it? I think it maybe has to be in a terrible place. That'll do that, it'll be fine, and then this one will do... Yeah, so as long as this node is fully running, as long as I've got enough steam, and as long as... Yeah, I guess that's the thing, isn't it? These assemblers are always going to get steam over these assemblers. So this might bias towards the back end of this instead of the front end, but also, whatever, it'll be fine. We are going to presume that that is done. So let's go check on this copper. Is this copper in? Yeah, this copper's still got quite a bit to do, isn't it? Okay, so the next thing we do is we want to even look at the modules and the blue chips and the green chips and all that kind of stuff. Except it's also a thing that I kind of patched. Is this all going now? This is going now, which is nice because we're going to lean on this a bit. Why are you... Oh, you're not getting all that much copper out because you're waiting for these guys, but all this is still running at the rate of 2 belts, so that's kind of fine. Yep. I am waiting. Why am I waiting? Chain signal. I want to be going over here. Why don't I... Why isn't this one clearing me? This is strange. Okay, that's the thing we're going to ignore. And, I mean, maybe there's a... No? These are all different segments, and there are no trains in any of these segments. Oh, no, this spot here needed to be a signal, and this fluid wagon that I dropped down was blocking the intersection. That's kind of interesting. That means this guy's not going to be able to get any trains in until we do that differently. And there isn't space to get... Yeah, so we've got to go... We've got to do this. And then this is going to be here, and then that will divide the segments. This guy will be a train station. I'll be able to kind of use the intersection, but not really, because there's still a bit of a mess. You know what? Let's just... Is there a space of 2 before here? There is a space of 2 after the signal, so these guys can go here and then here, and then we can also just get this stuff in there, and that is a complete intersection with the fluid restored, and yeah, that's fine. Okay, so over here we do have... Yeah, we've got all the things for module upgrades plugged in, kind of, and we're not making blue chips. We're not making modules yet. We need to call in green chips from somewhere. Yeah, and then these guys are kind of unhappy. Why is this train still here? Is this... And why doesn't this have... Why isn't this train station disabled, and why doesn't this one have... Oh, because that's on crystals. Okay, fine. Let's find a place that has... Yeah, so I did some of this, but apparently not all of this last time. Output signal thing, disabled by control behavior, that's good. That means that the red chips won't turn up here. Why is this... Oh, this is just not connected to... This is just not on the net. Yeah, it just doesn't have logistic connection at all. This one is fine. This one can be low density structure less than like 600, which is actually, it's a lot, isn't it? But also I'm probably using it at this. Yeah, let's ramp that down significantly, because I don't think I'm using all that many module upgrade frames. And you can just go back to, yeah, because this train station is now happy and fine. And yeah, we've got some train fuel through here. This is fine. Don't get hit by a train. This station kind of wants to be a green circuit request station. Do I have one of those yet? Yes. Where am I requesting green chips? I want to copy a station, but I don't remember where I'm requesting green chips. Purple Science. Purple Science is requesting green chips because it's got to do all the modules. You know, the other place that I'm already doing modules, which is not there. It's over here. Okay. Green chip request train. So that goes like that. This is now doing the green chip request thing, which is nice. And let's also find... I could have taken the station. I could have taken the station in one go because they are all these are the non-grid... no, apparently not. Okay, fine. Yeah, request green chips. Do this. This guy is not doing much, is it? Whereas if we have power poles here, we'll link some things nicely. These guys will get powered. Trains will get fueled. Here's some green chips. These kind of aren't... I kind of don't want these ones to be limited either, to be honest. I could rather not limit any of these chests. But also, I don't think I need more than... Yeah, I don't think I need more than half a belt of green chips out. Because this is the same thing about... Yeah, there's just... I'm not using all that many green chips for this. And I guess we make modules here and maybe upgrade modules there or something. No real preference for that, to be honest. Let's take this here because we've got to get at least blue chips in here as well. Is it even worth... Is it even worth at this point? Because this is... Yeah, this guy here is going to be... Yeah, this is not going to be copper. This is going to be blue chips. But also I'm not making blue chips, which makes me sad. So I think the... Yeah, I think we're going to go and do blue chip construction before we worry about doing the rest of this modules upgrade facility. This can connect to here, and this can go enable disable. Blue chips less than... Let's go to 600 again. It's more than LDS, but whatever. I think that's probably... Yeah, sure, whatever. These guys are going to all... And then this is also going to be just a half belt kind of thing like this as well. That actually lined up pretty well. Was not expecting that to line up so well. So this is, yeah, summing of the blue chips, requesting blue chips. We're not making blue chips anywhere at the moment. So let's go see whether or not that copper's gone and whether it's time to think about building a nuclear station. And it is not. Okay, I guess we're doing blue chips. Yeah, I think the plan for blue chips and green chips is, I guess we even just in here, I guess, because I want it kind of close to this iron and copper. We're going to be doing our own iron and copper things off a train for blue chips. I think we're also getting red chips off a train, and I think we're probably making... we're going to be making... blue chips with... Yeah, I've got enough stuff to blueprint this. This is fine. Yeah, we'll make blue chips with green chips direct inserted. I'm thinking about using, like, yeah, having a double-sized build for this. But then where do the stations go? You know, let's put iron here and copper here and like sulfuric acid here and blue chips here. And is there anything else that blue chips needs? I've got a feeling that, yeah, I also need gold. I think that's probably okay. So for gold, I just need the dirty water, right? Not the dirty water, the rich water. Gold plates, molten gold, gold, pure gold, or rich water. Yeah, I just need the rich water, and then I need a way to get rid of regular water, which I probably still don't care about. Okay, so let's think about having one of these be green chips and doing a blue chips direct insertion thing, I guess, because I think this probably wants to be, that would need to be a stack inserter. Will it be? Can I do that with one fast inserter? I think even if I'm prod moduling these things, I can probably do this with one fast inserter, or the one long head inserter, which means, or I could even do this with two long head inserters. Because the thing I want to end up with is also beacons. Because we're, of course, massively beaconing this thing. Can I open the beacon interface from here and see how many beacons I've got linked? How many beacons? I've got 77 beacons linked. Okay, fine. That's just, I just wanted to check how much beacon headroom I had. Was the thing there. So, how do I get, yeah, because I've got... Do I do it like this? Do I do it in line? Because I think I've also got to get... I guess if I do a thing like so... Yeah, then I can have one of these out, and then also this... This one is the input one, and that one is the output one? Yes. And then more of these. And then some of these things. So yeah, I guess today we're also working on the... I can get a lot of beacons around this thing now, can't I? Let's do this. And then, yeah, I'm kind of committing to this plan without actually having figured out whether or not it's going to work yet. But this lets me get a large number of beacons, and oh, this hole here I actually quite like, because it means I can get some decent power poles in here. But the other thing I was thinking about this is, does this let me... I think it does, because then we're going to be doing stuff like this. Which means that I can actually have this kind of business. So if we need to, and even here we can do the same thing. But I don't think I'm going to need that many. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to need that many beacons around this thing. Because yeah, this would let me put more beacons through here if I wanted to. And at this point I'm just not sure whether or not the green chip's going to keep up, so we're not going to do that. This space is full. Everything is powered though, which is nice. These guys need a thing here. So I think I think these guys mostly balance, don't they? I think this ends up somewhat one-to-one once you speed module and beacon a bunch of this stuff. Maybe even less than that. Maybe the blue ships do want more. Is this going to be... I think this is going to be fine, isn't it? Even if I get this to a simpler speed... Let's not put that there. Let's put that... then it's right next to the one. I don't like having one right next together like that. I could have them... I don't think I like that either. I think we're just going to go with... I guess I'm not using... Yeah, because we've got this space for beacons. We don't need that space as well. Because, yeah, if I'm running these at... basically factory speed 2, if I beacon all of this stuff, then the input long-headed inserter grabbing the golden advanced circuits will need to grab me 10 things in 10 seconds, which is completely fine. Which also means that, yeah, then the other pair of long-head inserters need to do 40 things in 10 seconds, which is probably also fine because I'm going to be getting stack capacity upgrade stuff, isn't it? So I think this much of this thing I am fine with. And then we've just got to figure out how to get chips and coils in here. And getting all of those things sufficiently beaconed to be able to keep up with these guys. Like, I think if we've got something like coils, this is going to need double stack inserter again, isn't it? Because even if I've got this kind of stuff, if I'm running, yeah, how do I get the... Oh, I guess I can do... Yeah, let's do a thing where we do just stack inserter direct feed through boxes. I think that's pretty fine. I'm okay with that. Because that also means I can go stack inserter, and then... let's do the stack inserters further away. Give me this back. Because that means that we can do... Wait, no, where am I fitting... If the only place I'm getting a beacon in here if I do this is in this spot here. Which means these guys do actually need to be here. And then... except this also doesn't fit. Cool. So yeah, we're going to go back to the previous plan. We're going to have these things here. I guess I've just given these away now. I haven't figured out which direction these things are going, but whatever. I could even do... I can't do iron request down here and copper request up here. Is this going to end up being... This might almost end up being a single grid's worth of build. But yeah, so the conclusion here is this... I think I actually need double stack inserter here, don't I? These can all be one stack. I'm not going to need that much stuff. But this also means that... Yeah, I can have a power pole like here and a power pole here. And then this... Oh, it's actually slightly further apart, isn't it? The top power pole is actually not going to cover everything. But that's fine, because it means I can move this down one. And then the other power pole is going to be here, and they're actually going to have power poles exactly adjacent to each other in exactly the way I hate. Where's... Yeah, this power pole is here. It's not powering these things. Does this make it substation time? Where would I fit a substation if I was doing that kind of stuff? Where are... Yeah, there's actually a good little check. Where are all these underground belts lying? Oh, there actually is space in here. There's absolutely substation space in here. And also because of how these things all have to sit apart because of where... Yeah, because these things have to sit apart because the acid is coming through here. This is actually a good point. This is actually a really good point. Can I get this out at all? Not like that. Interesting. So, how do we get the acid out I guess these things could shift and take from the undergrounds, which are not going to be moving at full speed, so that's fine. Because that means we could do something kind of ugly, like... These things still being powered? Yeah, they're still being powered there. This can go here, but we can also then go... Yeah, instead of there, we can go here. Okay, so that's the acid supply problem solved. This got a little bit uglier. That's fine. I've got these things. This is going up. For whatever reason, I decided that was going up. Yeah, I'm now wondering whether, with all of this separated, whether or not... Because I could actually break this up. I could separate these... Do I even need this through here? Because the thing I'm spotting now is that instead of breaking those through there, all of this could just be one tile further down, and I could have iron... I guess the iron is going underground here, because I did kind of want beacons in here. These beacons are... It's actually going to be one spot that hits all four of those things, isn't there? Unless we also took the undergrounds back one tile, which I've said I'm already okay for doing for over here. So if I took... Yeah, let's just see if this is going to be a thing that makes me unhappy about everything. Maybe. This gives us space for 4 beacons, which will exclusively hit these guys, which I don't think I need. We'll worry about that later, but this does mean that these guys can get... These guys can get their iron this way, which maybe I'm happy about. And that also means that these things can... Yeah, can have power in here. This guy doesn't exist because we're shuffling all these builds across a bit further, but I still do need this through here. What's going on? Oh yeah, I just haven't figured out which way these are going. These are probably going that way. They all look like they're doing the right thing at this point. Yeah, I think that works. And this also means I can get quite high bandwidth of iron in, which I like. And then also, I don't have to spaghetti the iron in the same way as the copper, which I also like. These I don't think need to exist because we can probably put... Actually, we're not going to be able to put these in close enough to the thing, are we? Yeah, I was wondering if we were going to have this close to one side of the build, and we're not. Let's see if we can make all of... Yeah, let's see where all of this stuff goes if we put it in. And it didn't. Why not? Paprika Ghost is in the way. Oh yeah, because those ones don't want to be there like that. So do I still have... I still have these 4 beacons, space for these 4 beacons if I want. I still have this thing through here. This guy, yeah, these guys also need all of this stuff, because this power pole, this guy is currently not powered. Is that true? No, he's powered by this thing. Yeah, we're just a long way from the base, so getting these bots out here to build all this stuff, especially when I'm chopping and changing it all the time, is, mildly suboptimal. Yeah, so this power pole's in the right place. I am going to need power poles here. We're going to be copying and pasting this somewhere different, probably. These are... Yeah, I think this wants to go... It actually wants to go one... I was going to say it wants to go one tile to the left. But I think it actually to be in the middle of the grid, but I don't think it's going to do that at all, because I think, having laid all of this out, I think we want... First of all, let's complete the rest of this stuff. Shouldn't you be... How is you? Oh, I guess... If all of... yeah, if all of this is also here. I need to mirror that rather than... Stack and Soda Ghost is in the way. Oh yeah, these guys. Yeah, I need to mirror this rather than flipping it. Rather than rotating it, because it's important that this power grid gets power supplied to this guy. I mean, this one is... Oh, I have two of these things next to each other. Yeah, that's fine. Who powers the bottom one? This one powers the bottom one. This one powers the bottom one. So that's also fine. Yeah. So I think these ones aren't going to exist. How much of... So how much of this can I fit? First of all, what are my build... Yeah, what are my build capacities going to look like? This... Yeah, if I've got the copper... If I've got the iron running in from the right-hand side, then it's actually these power poles that don't want to exist. And then I think I want... Let's plan on having... one belt here or two? Let's just, like, make all the bots sad for a bit. And we'll plan on having one belt there for a bit. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll put it there, like, because I think this is getting upgraded to a red belt. 2 red belts of copper purely for coils, for green chips, for blue chips sounds kind of okay, I guess. Because yeah, the other thing that wants to be over here is an iron request station. We kind of need one of those, because yeah, here's an iron request station, right? I should have taken the entire thing. Yes. And then let's also grab iron request. Oh, these guys also... There's an iron request here. Yep. So... this is... Yeah, a train is going to turn up here and try and do a thing, isn't it? Because this is going to be... Yeah, I'm going to get a train arriving here. And then I actually kind of need to get this unpacking stuff going. Where's that? There? Yeah. Okay, and then I've got... How many of these do I want and how many can I fit? Is the question. Yeah, so I want to go... I'm going to take this, by the looks of it, 3 squares up. And I have not thought about belt throughput or things like that at all. Let's clip this one up, because it used to be here. Because that's where that wants to go, in order to be able to... Oh, wait, I kind of needed that, didn't I? Oh, never mind. Have this... here. Is that true? I've actually got another tile here. I could move all of that 1 square down. Okay, so we're going to do that. Actually, we've got to do this in kind of 2 bits, don't we? Because some of this hangs out from the bottom of the roboport. There, and then also I should have taken this bit as well. Cool, good job. And then the rest of this also gets to move a tile down. Okay. I think that's what we want. I mean, I can even underground it here to get beacons on these guys, but I've already got beacons on the green chips here. Why would I not give myself more beacon opportunities? I think is going to be the main question. Yeah. I'll do this. This wants to go here, and then in all these places. And I'm pretty sure that's not going to be belt capacity issues. Even if this is even a full red belt of stuff, is that going to keep up when I fully beacon things? And I think the answer to that is no, and the solution is we put more of this stuff in. I think that's going to be completely fine. That's going to be, but it only wants to go to there, doesn't it? Yep, that looks like a copper supply to me. Then that was the wrong mirror. This is the correct mirror. It wants to go there. And then, yeah, then I've got to figure out think probably these ones are going underground, aren't they? Not to there, though, to there. Because I have to figure out how to get this stuff off the train and mixed into... Yeah, cool. Yeah, figure out how to get this stuff off the train and mixed well enough onto these various belts that need the iron. And then... I think I wanted the copper here? How does that line up? And can I do the same thing for getting... And I think it might fit, but then I've also got to get a belt... A belt of stuff out. I don't really want the copper over there. I could... Maybe I don't put the copper here. Maybe I put the copper here and just run 4 belts of it in, and then the other 2 belts... Yeah, I think that's a whole lot better than trying to do a mixer here. Yeah, okay, so get all that stuff out of the way. This is the space where it goes. Yes, run over the tracks. It's fine. It goes here, doesn't it? And then we want a copper request station, for which I have not one in the purple science, but I do have one in the mall. Yeah, let's grab this, because these have the settings we want. This goes here. This goes here. All of those things don't matter anymore, but we can build the... not like that. This, in fact, was the copper one, wasn't it? And then I've lost all of the settings on several of these things. Is this... yeah, so that's still at least doing that the way it needs to. And then this is actually... yeah, and this is also still limited, but whatever. Is the chest that I need connected to connect that up. So this is now also running. Let's also unlimit all of those boxes. And then I should be able to put one of these boxes down and check that, yeah, okay, so that's going to get me, this is going to get me copper. I then also need red chips and blue chips out, and rich water is, I think, how that's going to happen. Yeah, I think that's going to end up being what's going to happen, isn't it? That's gonna take some spaghetti, probably. Where is a fluid thing? Oh, this is in fact exactly the thing I want. Yeah, so if we've got rich water is going to be not there. It's going to be on this side, isn't it? Yes, and then we're going to have one of these guys here, and this tank is going to get linked to this thing. I mean, I could also... that's, again, the kind of the wrong setup for the thing. Rich water is down here somewhere, right? Yep, this stuff. Okay, not there. Do it at the end of the thing. Requesting rich water. Okay, fine. Enable some trained limits. Have a thing of rich water less than... let's just go 30,000. Let's just go 20,000. I don't think I need a huge amount of that stuff. I could also be making gold somewhere else and bringing it in, but I also don't think I have a train allocated to the station yet. But yeah, could I have... how difficult is it for this train? I guess it goes around... yeah, this is fine. This train will go just around this loop here and back to this copper station here whenever it uses up, spends all of that copper. Yeah, okay, so that's fine. Then we also... yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got plenty space here to be able to mix this turn this into the gold ore that I need. That's even... Like, this is just this recipe, isn't it? This is... I'm only going to need one assembler for this as well. Yeah, two... Because how many of these things am I planning on building? I've got 16. I mean, that actually 16 of those guys beaconed actually sounds like quite a lot on blue chips, doesn't it? But I'm also kind of happy with massively overbuilding it. And then each blue chip needs 3 gold, and then is made in 10 seconds. So each assembler at speed 2 needs 3 gold every 5 seconds. So if I have 16 of those things, 24 every 5 seconds, I need 5 seconds. Okay, so yeah, this guy's still going to be fine, but he's going to be running a lot. But I think I can still get away with one of these things. And then I also need to be able to dump the water. But I'm pretty sure that's fine. Yeah, we're gonna dump the water by... There's a fluid item handling thing somewhere, isn't there? Kerosene burner generator, item handling facility can vent water. Yeah, this because I actually have 2 of these. Okay, fine. Yeah, we're just gonna line some of these guys up over here, and I don't think that's going to be because these guys actually kind of process things kind of slowly. They might not be able to keep up with this. But also that there connector thing. That's also fine. Then mostly we want an arc furnace. An arc furnace. Here's an arc furnace. Actually, you know what? Let's not get killed by the train. Good. You've got nothing in you at the moment, so I can just take this one and have bots put it back. And can I run back between the train? Yes. Because we want this arc furnace. I just picked it up. Where did it go? Here. Yeah, we want to do direct insertion into this thing. Like so. This is going to be smelting me molten gold. Yeah. So we're going to get gold here. Let's actually not power these yet. Because... Yeah, if this is the red chips request, isn't it? So didn't I already have? Yeah, I just put a red chips request. Not there. It's in where the modules are, which is over here. Yeah, this thing, more of this thing. I bet we're at a position where I can go and build a nuclear power station now. This was supposed to be an episode about building nuclear power stations. Yeah, that copper is definitely going to need a good mix out, but this red chips is probably just going to be, again, this nasty... and we flip it as well. It's going to be this nasty kind of half-lane stuff. Yeah, I didn't actually get the station for the red chips today. Let's get the station for the red chips. And this is also a kind of low demand station. Yeah, doing that, doing this. I've still got a ton of combinators, so that's fine. This is requesting red chips less than 400, which is also going to be fine. Yeah, because the thing I was looking at this is, where do these metal casters, like, where can these metal casters fit? And can I just straight up put them... Can I put them... Oh, this is terrible. This is absolutely what we're doing. Yeah. Oh, wait. This means... Yeah, because this is what I was thinking about. Can I move all of these to, say, here? And I think we can. Although I think we probably still want to build... Yeah, let's still draw from the tank that we're actually wiring to the rich water Yeah, we're actually wiring to the rich water, whatchamacallit, station. Do I have... Oh, I've got pumps. Pumps. That fits, which is nice. These guys are... Yeah. How many... Oh, wait. Am I going to run into belt capacity issues with this, then? I think all of this... I think this... maybe I've run into belt capacity issues with this, because this also can't be red belt, because then these guys will struggle to take what they need off the belt. So I might have overbuilt this, and I might need to blast some of these things. But yeah. Oh, then this needs... These guys need this stuff. Something like that. Apparently they're at the bottom, because that's where... yeah, whatever. We'll just do that. It's fine. Yeah, gotta get the copper in. So I've got copper in there, red chips and gold in here, more copper in here. Copper's gonna come through like more or less exactly here, I reckon. Pretty much exactly that is going to be the plan. And then, if I'm already committing to undergrounds there, I can just run this copper this way. Yeah, that's fine. That means these guys need to be a little bit... Does it? Maybe this one just goes underground. Yep, sure, whatever. Those were the wrong way around. Okay, so some of that plugging in is done. Oh, we also need acid. Acid is a thing that I need. That's interesting. Can I... Do I do acid here and blue chips here? Is that... Yeah, where is one of those fairly lean... Somewhere I have some patterns of, like, this is, yeah, this is a high density train loading station. Where is... Yeah, something like this. Will this... Will this fit in here? And the answer to that is... I'm going to struggle to get... Yeah, if I'm doing that, then... This belt of copper needs to be elsewhere, because I need to get a train station in there. But other than that... This... Here... And this is going to be the blue chips now. I think I've just concluded that I'm going to attempt to wedge this stuff in here. And then... Yeah, there's a splitter here. And this is the one that... no, there were a couple of splitters here, weren't there? That one is... If I do something awful like this... Yeah, all of those are kind of the same at this point, aren't they? This is... not the worst station I've ever made. But that will... If we do that, then this is a belt whereby my golden red chip's going to arrive. And so all I need to do is get those things which are already here. So that plan has come together somewhat well. Run over the train tracks, it'll be fine. Yep, and then... Yeah, because the thing I was looking at is, like, whether I need... I think we just do that. These guys need to be set to gold, These guys all need to be built. I don't actually have... Yeah, this guy doesn't... The train on the other side isn't actually coming to this thing yet. These need a balancer to go in. Not quite there. There's going to be another one that has to go... here. Because that's how we're going to dance around the train station that needs to be... Do I even have a train station? I don't even have a train station. Cool. Yeah. Okay, so that's copper getting in. Iron has to come off this and also make its way in here. And I'm going to need... Yeah, I'm going to need quite a lot of iron still, aren't I? Because we've got... Yeah. Anyway. And then also acid has to be somewhere here. Which doesn't work because all of those belts are in the way. Like, this belt here is in the way of that dude. Which is a bit of a shame, but I can make this worse by going under this radar again. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so I've got 4 belts where we want to put things. I've got... Yeah, we've got copper. I think I'm going to kind of leave that spaghetti there, because the thing we got to go and do, because it's supposed to be an episode where we build a nuclear power station, is all of this copper is definitely out the way now, isn't it? We've left this for quite a while. All of these guys are done, which is fantastic, because that means all of this stuff goes away, and then this kind of umbilical can go here. Why not? Because this. This can go away. All of this can go away. This also means that military science and solar panels are just dead, which is fine. These guys don't have any bots in, which is cool. All of this, all of that can go. This guy can also go. Do I need... I don't need this... Yeah, I don't care about that dirty water at all. I can't delete the boxes of landfill, because there's just too much stuff on it. The bots will be busy forever if we do that. But all of this stuff can go. The thing is, am I... Yeah, am I also putting a thing here? No, because tanks, isn't it? I think it does have to go here. Which means I also need to move the coal out of the way, which is also a bit of a shame. So... And then, yeah, this coal belt is going to have to go elsewhere. And I think I also want... turbines here. This is already a long episode, isn't it? This turned out to be the Blue Chips episode, when it was supposed to be the nuclear power episode, and also these things here are not actually, it's fine. I can just have those, and then just have bots delete all of that stuff. Yeah, so I guess... So this time we started on Blue Chips, didn't finish Blue Chips. I guess we've got most of a build. We just haven't got all the inputs plugged in, which is a bit of a shame. I guess we've also tidied up the ceramics thing, didn't we? And then, yeah, this is actually this is a metal caster. Yeah, it is. Give me this thing, because this wants to be set to gold, and then we want to set these recipes to casting gold, which are probably not going to be bottlenecked. It's probably fine. Yeah, because we've got this nuclear power station blueprint, and the plan for this, it's going to go in here somewhere, or maybe here somewhere. The annoying thing is there's a lot of water pipes that have to go in and around it. Can I stick this here? Yes, and that's actually lined up with where the rest of the grid will be. Because the thing that I realized is the size of nuclear power plant I've got. I think I need it like here or something, don't I? And then this belt is also on the way. Yeah, cool. The size of nuclear power plant I've got. These guys will do 1.2 gigawatts. I'm not pulling out 1.2 gigawatts. Some of it's going to build up in the heat pipes, but we'll circuit condition these things to a bunch of tanks. And I realized that my thorium... actually, let's check on the thorium pretty quickly. We haven't checked in with that build today, and we've made... so the crystals are backed up again, which is cool, because that means I'm not really making a whole lot of titanium. And I'm definitely not... I'm banking a small amount of rich water. Okay, sure. Yeah, thorium, of which I have a lot of thorium, which is pretty good. These guys, each cycle of putting one thorium in each reactor, which will attempt to circuit condition and set some circuit capacities and stuff like that, should use about 1 million water, which is a lot of water, and it's still going to be some pipe sushi to get everything around the outsides. In fact, I might do that in between episodes. But the thing that struck me is 3 or 4 of these guys will quite happily store 1 million water. And so if I don't need to necessarily get like perfect connections from offshore pumps into a power grid, especially if I'm turning this thing on and off again and using less than 1.2 gigawatts of power, I can spend longer filling these tanks with water from more connections, and then have a bunch of pumps out. Do I still have pumps? I don't have pumps. Bots must have pumps somewhere. Yeah, I can have a whole lot of water connections out, which is why these ones are set back from the rail so that we can go underground. And then we've got a lot of ways of quickly taking lots of water, and probably another one here as well, for which I need to remove some of these things by the looks of it. Is that gonna... This guy's gonna be kind of unhappy, isn't he? He doesn't have any bots on him. He'll be fine. I'll have, like, build space from various other guys. Yeah, this can go here, and now we're going to have a number of water pipes out, and then also, actually, the same thing here, and then I can have a smaller number of pumps in here than I would really need to... Yeah, I can have some pipe spaghetti here that will fill these tanks, and all of this pipe networking can handle happening at a lower rate than I need to give water to the power plant, because these guys will be a nice nice buffer that will handle all of that. What is this? I don't need that. Don't need any of this. Probably should put the rest of the grid in here to the extent that I can. And then, yeah, that intersection is going to continue to be a bit of a mess, but whatever. Yeah, especially as this line here is also not a thing, is it? Because this train station is kind of in the wrong way. So if I get... Yeah, if I get this... do I need... I don't actually think I need that coal at all now. I think this coal can just go, because I've got train fuel there, whatever. I've got some train fuel. Those trains are probably also getting fueled in a couple of other places. Yeah, this is good, because this is already a long episode that I feel kind of bad about, but what this means is that... Yeah, I think... Yeah, these guys also don't need to be here. And then we can get to the point of dropping... Which way do I want this to go, though? Yeah, we're gonna drop... Because if I go... Because there's pipes that need to connect to both the left and the right. And so if I go this way... And I'm kind of tempted to go... I think we go like that. I think we put it there. Do I have... I do have... These things override to 1. So yeah, so we have... then actually we need all these things circuit conditioned out to... Not to these tanks. There's probably going to be other tanks over here. Probably in this spot. Yeah, we can in that spot. Is that going to... I guess I've got... Yeah, and then I guess I've got these pumps in to get steam from here, and hopefully we spaghetti that together, and then I can also have pumps out of this side to turbines, and this train station is going to need something different happening with it, but then I can also have yeah, I can also, this also gives me, not that one, but this gives me somewhat for free, not that one either, yeah, this gives me somewhat for free the train station that will have steam, and then I still just circuit condition this thing over here onto these inserters so that I'm only triggering fueling when these guys are low, and then, yeah, we hand feed these boxes, we turn these into provider chests and requester chests later. I'll pipe spaghetti a bunch of stuff together. We have, in fact, blueprinted. What are bots complaining about needing? Oh, yeah, we've got one other thing to do, and this is kind of an important thing. We've got to, oh yeah, I've got these things myself, so bots can have them, and then... yeah, not those ones, actually. And then, if I can drive around without getting hit by a train, which is always an issue, these chests over here are currently not in the network, so we just put them in the network. Bots have almost everything they need. I've got some more solar to build as well. So yeah, so now bots are going to be very busy. They're going to build me a nuclear power plant. I'm going to do some pipe spaghetti in between. And we will probably, in fact, we'll probably get rid of all of these pumps and come back next episode when we're ready to plug this stuff in and make this reactor go. Although we also have to hand feed these things, don't we? So, yeah, so we can put those pumps in because we still don't actually have the fuel to hand feed this thing. And yeah, that's gonna be a good time. We got some kind of ceramic setup, we got kind of some blue chips which need some more plumbing, we've got kind of some nuclear power which will let us beacon some stuff. I bet red chips are still super unhappy though, because we actually haven't... Yeah, red chips need ceramics. We are still unhappy about all of that, but oh well, we're kind of solving problems, kind of.